Do you ever want to just slap them upside the head?
Oh, yeah. A lot of times.
Just like Bruce Wayne had Alfred and Tony Stark had Pepper Potts, behind every media mogul, there's often a grounding force that shapes their path. For conservative commentator Glenn Beck, that force is his wife, Tania Colonna Beck. While Glenn commands the spotlight, Tania has quietly played a pivotal role in his personal growth and professional success. Her behind-the-scenes influence has been crucial in transforming Glenn from a troubled radio DJ into a media giant. Today, we'll explore the remarkable woman who's been the driving force behind Glenn Beck's journey and success. New England roots and early life.
My wife and I were laying in bed last night, we were talking about it, and I said, remember when we met and when we got married, she literally, I said, move to Florida. I have this job opportunity, and let's just try it for 2 years. And if it doesn't work out, I'll go be a chef or something. I'll go to culinary school.
Born in 1972 in New Haven, Connecticut, Tania Colonna grew up in an environment steeped in stability, tradition, and intellectual growth. New Haven, with its deep roots in American history and education, provided a rich cultural backdrop for Tania's formative years. Her father, Vincent Colonna, made a name for himself in the insurance industry, a career path marked by careful planning, risk management, and a long-term vision, traits that became hallmarks of Tania's approach to both life and business. Meanwhile, her mother, Mary Ann, worked as an assistant director at Yale University, one of the most respected academic institutions in the world. This placed Tania in an environment rich in academic tradition and intellectual rigor. Growing up in New Haven meant that Tania not only absorbed the values of hard work and education, but also learned the balance between personal ambition and a strong sense of family. Unlike many who eventually find themselves connected to public figures, Tania's early life laid the groundwork for a deep appreciation of privacy and discretion. These were qualities instilled in her from a young age, reinforced by her New England upbringing, which valued humility and personal integrity over public spectacle. Even after marrying Glenn Beck, a man whose career would bring them both into the spotlight, Tania's ability to maintain a relatively low public profile became one of her greatest strengths. She learned early on the importance of standing strong behind the scenes, offering quiet support and guidance while avoiding the distractions that come with fame. This foundational upbringing helped her navigate her role as both a partner to one of the most influential conservative figures in media and a protector of her family's privacy and well-being. The meeting that changed everything.
I know we were lucky enough to be married civilly first. And, and that's a whole death do you part thing. That's, wow, really? All the way to death?
The late 1990s marked a period of dramatic change for both Glenn and Tania. At that time, Glenn Beck was emerging from a period of profound personal and professional turmoil. His struggles with substance abuse, particularly alcohol, had severely impacted his career, relationships, and overall outlook on life. By 1994, he had made the critical decision to achieve sobriety, but the path to rebuilding his life was not an easy one. Glenn's professional life was on the mend. He had secured a radio hosting job in New Haven, the place where he would eventually meet Tania. But he was still grappling with finding purpose and direction. As someone whose career had already seen success in radio, but who had also experienced deep personal lows, Glenn was at a crossroads. It was during this time, fate intervened, bringing Tania into Glenn's life. Their meeting was far more than a romantic encounter. It was a turning point that would reshape the trajectory of both of their lives. Glenn, still in the early stages of his recovery, was searching for stability and guidance, something that had been missing from his life for many years. Tania's calm, grounded presence was exactly what Glenn needed during this turbulent period. She quickly became a stabilizing force, someone who not only offered companionship, but also deep emotional and spiritual support. The early days of the relationship were built on a foundation of shared values, mutual respect, and a deepening spiritual connection that would go on to define their partnership. For Glenn, who had spent years in search of something greater, Tania provided an anchor. Her unwavering support and belief in him helped reignite his faith, both in himself and in a higher purpose. She encouraged his growing interest in spirituality, a journey that later led them to embrace the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This period marked a dramatic transformation for Glenn as he began to move away from the chaos and instability that had defined his earlier years and towards a more positive, productive future. Tania's influence during this time can't be understated. She helped him channel his energy and ambition into constructive paths, both in his personal life and career. Glenn's growth during these years was nothing short of remarkable, as he transitioned from a man struggling to find his way to one who would eventually become one of the most influential voices in conservative media. But it was Tania's quiet strength and guidance behind the scenes that made much of this transformation possible. Her belief in him, coupled with her own strong spiritual foundation, provided Glenn with the support system he needed to fully realize his potential. A shared spiritual journey.
My wife-to-be, said she wouldn't marry me unless we had a religion that we shared. And I said, well, I can't do organized religion. It's all about manipulation and power and money and everything else. And she said, well, I'm not going to marry you. And so, like every guy does with absolutely no spine, I said, okay, we'll go find a church. And we went on a church tour, and we went to everything. I mean, I went to churches where, and I'm not kidding, the sermon on Sunday was delivered by an atheist, which was an interesting concept. But my wife actually said, I'd like one that actually, believes in God.
In 1999, Tania and Glenn's relationship reached another milestone when they married. But their union was also a beginning of a profound spiritual journey. The same year, the couple decided to join the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, a decision that impacted every day of their lives. The choice to embrace the LDS faith was a thoughtful, deliberate step that reflected their shared values and desire for a strong foundation in both their personal and professional lives. Tania played a key role in this spiritual evolution, fostering an environment where Glenn could grow both in faith and career. Her influence provided the emotional and spiritual support he needed as he delved deeper into religious exploration. Their faith became a cornerstone of their life together, shaping everything from their family values to their philanthropic work. The couple's decision to embrace the LDS Church also influenced many of their business and charitable initiatives, with Tania ensuring that their ventures reflected their spiritual principles. Building a family legacy.
I am so blessed to be able to have a wife who will tell me, you're coming home now. And I want that from her. And my wife is my most important partner. And my business partners, they just know, Glenn can't do that, or Glenn, you're not doing that, because it'll affect this or this or this in business. And my wife is that way. I just need someone to help me say, enough.
Family has always been a central part of Tania and Glenn's lives, and their approach to building their family reflects the values they hold dear. Their household is a blended one, including children from previous marriages and an adopted son, which has created a dynamic that speaks to their belief in love, acceptance, and growth. Tania's role as a mother is characterized by the same quiet wisdom she brings to her other roles, balancing the demands of motherhood with the public nature of Glenn's career. Despite the challenges that come with being a part of such a high-profile family, Tania has successfully shielded her children from the public eye, allowing them to grow up in a stable, loving environment. Her ability to maintain privacy in a world where media attention is constant is a testament to her dedication to her family. She has skillfully managed the complexities of being both a public figure and a private person, ensuring that her children experience as normal a life as possible despite their father's fame. This balancing act is no small feat, particularly given Glenn's often controversial role in the media, yet Tania has consistently prioritized her family's well-being. Empire building.
Mercury One is my charity, and we're teaming up with Operation Blessing International. This is the 6th largest international charity to help feed hungry families all across America.
While Glenn Beck is the public face of their media empire, Tania's influence is deeply woven into the fabric of their success. Together, they launched Mercury Radio Arts in 2002, a company that would grow into a multimedia powerhouse. Inspired by Orson Welles' Mercury Theater, the venture began as a radio show, but quickly expanded into various media forms. Tania's practical business sense has been a crucial element in its success. While Glenn brought creativity and vision to their projects, Tania provided the grounding influence needed to ensure sustainability and long-term growth. Tania's role has often been behind the scenes, where her steady judgment and keen understanding of business dynamics have shaped their direction of their company. The launch of The Blaze in 2011 was a significant milestone, showing their ability to adapt to the changing landscape of media. Throughout these endeavors, she's remained a constant, quietly ensuring that their ventures stay true to their core values while remaining profitable and innovative. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think is the most important quality in a partnership where one person is constantly in the public eye? Let us know in the comments section below.